Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the channel. Chris Dennis here, putting specialist and short game performance coach. You'll see that this video is coming out on a Tuesday and we're going to start doing a new series on a Tuesday. So if you see any videos coming out, we're going to be calling it Tech Tuesdays. So what we're going to do is obviously I had a lot of people ask me about training aids, which one's right for them. Obviously I want to talk through that and show you each training aid, what you might benefit from, who it might be for and how it can help you improve. So what we're also going to do is obviously I've had a lot of people ask me about Capto, so ask me about the different parameters on there, and what I want to do is go through all the parameters that we have on Capto, talk about what faults that I see from there and how we'd be able to improve that. Possibly giving you one of these different training aids, so we've got some putting mats, we've got some mirrors, we've got some start line gates, so all different things, maybe using a string line, something that's going to help you improve. So we're going to be talking through that whenever you see a video on Tuesday. I want to go through and be able to give you something that you can work on and think about how it relates to you, because a lot of times, like I say, I get comments below, how could I do this, I'm thinning shots, I'm fatting shots. Hopefully as we talk through different training aids, you'll see that that might be the one for you, and you might be able to get online, purchase one offline and start to improve your putting or your chipping. So first one I want to look at, which is one of my favourites, and you will always see this on tour, you'll also see with a lot of amateurs and a lot of elite amateurs, is the putting mirror. So I've got a mirror here, and again it's only small so it can fit in your golf bag, but we're going to see how this can help you get your setup correct. We can also see how it's going to affect people who potentially, and what I see a lot in amateurs, is have a tilting motion. So obviously by having this down on there, we've got a reference, we can look in the mirror and we can start to see if our head's moving throughout our stroke. We've also got a start gate, so we can also see how it's affecting you starting the ball online. What I see a lot of times, obviously people fall back, they'll either push that, a compensation then is to release the putter and they'll start to hit the left gate. So you can get feedback straight away, and as you work on your setup, you could spend 10 minutes using the mirror to make sure your setup's correct every time before you go out, and hopefully that should help you improve your putting, hole more putts, and really just stop having 3 putts. So if we can get out of 3 putts for most amateurs, we're going to save 2 or 3 shots around, which is going to help you get your handicap down. So let's go through this. So you can see here the mirror's got a nice place here for the ball to sit, so it's slightly raised off the green as well. So it's the thing that I like with these training aids, is that your putter sits in its natural place, so it's going to sit in the ground, on the ground, and then it's encouraging an upward hit slightly onto that ball. Again, you can see at the front here, it's got the magnets on here for your start gate and your start line, so to see if we're getting it rolling down this line straight through and starting the ball on line. So obviously one of the biggest things in putting is being able to start that ball on the intended line. Obviously when we go out there, maybe it's picking a point around about a foot in front of you, trying to roll it over that. So it's giving you something to focus on, trying to get that ball working over, so if you miss you can give yourself some feedback. So again, this training aid is really good for somebody. Obviously what I see a lot with amateurs is inconsistent with the posture. So sometimes they're really over the ball, they start to put bad, so then they stand tall, they start to get further away, or they get closer. So it's going to be able to help you get a consistent setup every time. And obviously you can pop this down on the putting green, hit 5-10 putts, set in the same posture, and then it starts to feel more comfortable when you go out on the golf course. So something like this doesn't take much practice, and we can make sure your setup's correct. And then if you're still missing putts, we can work out, right, well we're starting it online, I know my setup's relatively good, is it my green reading, is my pace still off? And then obviously we can do drills down the line to have a look at that. So I would come in here now, good, so you can see there I've started that ball online, it rolled end over end and it rolled straight through the gate. So that's something that we're wanting to look for, and that's something that this training aid encourages. Obviously after a little bit of work, okay, I'm a good putter, but I know my setup's good, I've got my eye in the right position. So I like to see people just get the left eye just inside the golf ball. So the golf ball will be sat there and I can see my eye just inside. So if I can see that there, I know I'm the right bend over. I'm also going to encourage a little bit of an arc, a standard arc, and it's not going to start to work out or drastically work in if I'm a long way away. So what I see is, obviously if you're a long way away, more of a big arc, and then people will either swing out to the right or turn the body through. The opposite I see is people try and get their eyes over the ball. They often get outside, see my eyes are over the mirror now, and the putter motion will start to come across the ball. And it's very hard to start that ball online. So not only is it good for your setup, but this is very good for the people that I see who set up and normally stance is a little bit too wide and they start to tilt back and forwards. So what that does then, obviously we start to strike it off the bottom of the putter, sometimes we'll strike it off the top, sometimes the toe, sometimes the heel, so distance control also becomes a problem. So not only aren't we starting it online, the strike starts to go, so then we also struggle with our pace. So something like this is ticking a few boxes. It's not only getting your posture better, which is going to help you stroke, it's working on your start line so you can see what you're doing with the club face, and it will also help you with any kind of tilting motion. So if you notice you're someone who does that a lot, you know, you finish with a putter, it's a long way out, a mirror is good for you. If you know you're not sure about your posture and you know, the toe of your putter's sticking up, or you feel like you're really over, again, it's a good training aid for you. It's going to tick a lot of boxes and get you more consistent putting. So something as little as that can really help you out, improve your putting, hopefully reduce three putts, and as a result start to get your handicap down, because after all, a lot of people don't put the time practicing on the putting green. They'll hit 100 balls, hit 200 balls, but if we can get rid of your three putts on 18 holes, if you're having 3 or 4 three putts regular basis, we're going to save you 3 or 4 shots, which takes you, let's say, from 18 down to 14 very quickly, without really doing a lot of work. Spending 20 minutes on this or 10 minutes on this before you go out to play, we can start to hold more putts, we can start to reduce that handicap. Guys, that was the first episode of our Tech Tuesdays. It's not going to be every week, but if you see a video on Tuesday, we will be talking through training aids. So I want you to comment below what training aids you want me to have a look at. Obviously, what number specifically on Cap 2 do you want me to go through? Obviously, we can look at face, we can look at path, we can look at angle of attack, all different parameters which we'll go through over the time, and how that's going to help you improve and what training aid that might link to. Obviously, you can go online. I'm not selling you any training aids because I have nothing to do with them, but obviously you can get them online, you can get them on Amazon. From there you can start to have productive practice. You're not going onto the putting green being bored and not really knowing what you're doing. You can pop that down, you're only on there for 5 minutes and you're going to improve your putting. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you again tomorrow on Wednesday and we're going to be looking at some chipping around the green. I'll see you then.